What is up? I am so excited about doing this. Now, this video is the one that really got me started on the whole like using AI and online stuff to kind of help you reach more people. So here's the thing I want to get out of the way before we even get started. As we move into building online businesses and content creation, the whole point of this whole thing is to serve people. If you are not here to serve people, yeah, okay, so maybe you'll be able to hack a little bit while the AI is learning the hack or whatever, but AI is not like humans walking in and fixing Google or whatever. AI is like for real. So you have to enter into this space with a space of service to people. The first thing out of your mind is, will this help someone else? Speaking of that, I didn't even know that my intros for my podcast were doo-doo and they were too long. And then I started just random whatever, and didn't get to the information. So I'm gonna call that down. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick brief. And this is why we're in the Patreon group, so that we can help each other and go, dude, that took too long to get to the thing. You got to get there faster, or the intro is too long, blah, blah, blah. It's not 1950. We don't have a whole theme song intro time. Anyway, so the whole point of this video is to kind of just wet your whistle on the whole world of AI and why I think it's so important to become a content creator. That means, either creating YouTube videos or creating books or podcasts or things that serve people, making them happy, making them smile, making them learn how to navigate the new world that's coming. All those things are relevant. But the first thing you need to think about is helping people. Now let's get to the video where this is one of the first ones I saw like a few years ago that kind of piqued my interest on AI and online stuff. So here we go. Mark Cuban, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be stopping throughout to kind of give you my thoughts as we go.
Largest employer, and the companies like GM was what employment looked like. If Facebook's what it looks like, the revenue per employee at Facebook is infinitely larger than any automaker could ever make, or any manufacturer could make.
The difference is the time lag, right? The timeline. So what took 20 years before and then became 10 could be 5 or 3. And so when you start getting that massive amount of disruption in employment, what do? When now, I mean, that's the whole thing he ran on, right?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, so they're saying, as you all are already seeing, this isn't going to be a 10 to 20 year play out. This isn't going to be a wait and see. This is happening right now. Video was made 6 years ago, and already you're seeing, McDonald's is automated. So, kids can't go do the summer McDonald's jobs because they're going to be automated. It's just all over the place. Walmart's looking to, have most of their stores automated. So what do you do in the situation? I'm getting ahead of myself because I've seen the video. Actually, let's watch the video and then I'll tell you kind of as we go, because I want you to have the experience of hearing him say this as well.
We're going to get you jobs. And if you last 4 years, right, the whole nature of employment is going to change. There aren't manufacturing jobs coming back. There aren't more coal mining jobs coming back. No matter what you do to the EPA, a lot of these jobs are going to be gone. Now, there's still physical things. If you do infrastructure, you can kind of, buy some time, right? Spend more, get temporary jobs to build roads, build bridges, which is all fine and good, right? I think you can get a return on much of those things. But you're going to have to recognize that there are going to be more people out of work. So,
through this innovation.
Yeah.
So essentially what you made the case for is education and job training for.
Okay, so this is a talking point that I want you guys to hear for real, because for a long time, our go-to has been get more degrees, study more school. And I know that a lot of you have been around people in conversations that were like, oh, there's my, useless sheepskin or whatever that I haven't used at all. Well, guess what, guys? As you're going to hear him say, I'm not saying education is wrong. I don't want you to clip this and go, Troy said education is bad. No, I didn't say all that. I just said the type of learning that we're going to need to do and the type of education that we've been doing isn't going to work. And here is exactly why. Let me rewind that so you guys can hear this part, okay? Let me rewind that. So let me stop and rewind that so you can hear this part. Here we go.
Made the case for is education and job training for grown-ups.
No, I think that won't matter, right? What are you going to go back and learn to do?
What it takes, right? I mean, whether it's finance, whether it's software programming.
Finance, that's the easiest thing. You just take the data and have it spit out whatever you need, right? I personally think there's going to be a greater demand in 10 years for liberal arts majors than there were for programming majors and maybe even engineering, because when the data is all being spit out for you, options are being spit out for you, you need a different perspective in order to have a different view of the data. And so having somebody who's more of a freer thinker
and that's where we are right now. I mean, this video was made 6 years ago. 6 years ago. And he just said 10 years from now. We got 4 years and you guys are already seeing it unfold. So there's a creative side in you that, we haven't tapped into, that someone said was impossible, non-profitable, non-serving, whatever it is. Well, guess what? We were children of the Depression. That means our grandparents, not even my great-grandparents, our grandparents knew what the Depression was because they lived through that stuff as children. So they grew up in a time where we didn't have the internet. We didn't have this connectivity. And so, if so-and-so down at the bank didn't like your cousin, uncle, auntie, whatever, they could just say, we're not giving you funding. And that was it. Or, if you wanted to be a musician or a singer or an actor or whatever, or an author or whatever, you couldn't do it because the publishing house, if they didn't like it, they didn't like it. Now, with all these things, including, artificial intelligence and online, you can literally do whatever you want. And part of this whole journey is going to be me helping you get out of your own mental way and understanding that we're not in the 70s, we're not in the 80s, we're not in the 90s, we're not in the 2000s, we're in the 2020s and 2030s coming up. You can literally do anything you want as long as your focus, I'm going to say this all throughout this whole thing, is serving people. Not how do I get this, but how do I give, and how can I reach more people to give to? Not how do I get. All right, so here we go. Let's keep going. That's just a big thing for me. How do I give?
Because if automation is being automated, you just learn the tax rules. You just feed the automation the tax rules, and it does the rest for you.
So English majors of the world should celebrate?
I think English, philosophy, foreign language majors, maybe not now, they're going to starve for a while, but that's not even the real issue, right? The real issue is if 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million people have their jobs disrupted, and we see the direction everything is going and how quickly it's going. What are you going to do with them, right? And so what I've said to the administration, and I've volunteered to help, and look, I've told his assistant, not President Trump directly, I've told people around him, I told people I know, look, I may disagree with 99% of what the guy does and how he does it, but I'm an American citizen first and last, and so I'll help wherever I can, and I want him to be successful. But what I've told them and have repeated multiple times is there's a program called AmeriCorps, right? And AmeriCorps right now has a year's service, and it pays kids, $12,000, and they go do socially impactful things, but they live 9 people in the house, right? And that's how they're able to afford it. That's not going to cut it anymore. Those same programs, instead of having a $1.2 billion budget, needs to be a $15 or $20 billion budget, and that amount needs to be $30,000 a year. And that displaced worker in Beattyville, Kentucky.
I want you to listen to this, because this is what I'm talking about as far as serving. Just listen to this part. Okay, here we go.
Can go around teaching kids to read as part of the AmeriCorps program, and there can be 20 in Beattyville. There can be 1 million in New York City, or New York State, whatever it may be, and that's what they're doing, right? They're going out and having a social impact. It's almost like the Tennessee Valley Authority, where there was make work and building
WPA
a dam.
programs.
Yeah,
because AmeriCorps it was closely modeled on Peace Corps, right? Same idea,
but for domestic, right? But having people come in and have a social impact and making it a real job, like you said, the WPA, the Tennessee Valley Authority, right? That's what we're going to need.
Social impact, a social impact, connecting with people, having a social impact. Because I know that, I don't know if you guys have seen this or heard about this before, but even in imprisonment of people, it's considered inhumane to have people in solitary confinement for more than a week or something something really short, because we crave human connection. And that is what we're creating. Human connection. Online, we can connect with millions of people. I think The Rock has something like 100 million people that he serves through, his videos. And that's what you have the opportunity to do. Maybe not 200 million, maybe not, 100 million or whatever the wild number is that he has, but you can serve enough people. And here's the thing. I know that we all, hate selling and all those things, but when you build your audience and you have a niche audience, these companies that you align yourself with, whether it be, I don't know, Shure for microphones or Apple or whatever it is, they can now serve your community and sponsor your program. We're going to get into all this, but that's the call. That's what we're doing right now. We're focusing on service. This video was something that really I wanted you to see. And there it is. So the whole point I want to get from this is that you can do this. You can be creative. We're going to show you how AI is here, as you know. You're going to see more and more of it now that you're aware of it. And there is an escape, and that not an escape, but there is a way to help use this tool to help more people. And that's what you and I are going to do and explore on this journey of building, 7 passive online income streams. Hope this helped you guys. I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I'll get better at doing all this. So there you go. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.